All right, let's get this started. How's everybody doing? Let me wash my hands. All right, how's everybody doing? What's going on, everybody? Thick. Hi, Sil. How are you doing? You ready to go into brumation today? Yes, you are. And I'll show you guys Sil in a little bit, and also Nirvana. We're gonna put them both into brumation today. They've been on cool down for about 2 weeks now, 2.5 weeks. Their last meal was on, what was their last meal? September 20th. So they're ready. Right, so you ready? You ready, girl? You ready to go to probation? You're going to be my number one mommy this year. Yes, you are. She's going to be my number one mommy. Woo, woo. Tammy, how you doing, Tammy? What's going on? Tyler Lord, what's up? Tyler, you made it. You said you like live streams and you're here. 8 people here already. That's great. Thanks, guys. Appreciate your support. Just got my iced coffee and breakfast burrito ready for the stream. That's what I'm talking about, Tyler. How you doing, man? Can you guys hear me well? Let me check my volume here real quick. Tyler Lord, what's up? Tyler, you made it. All right, we're good. We're good. All right, cool. So we're watching the live stream live here. Live. And thanks, guys. Whoop, whoop. Clarity, thanks for coming by. Tammy, Tyler Lord. Chantel's Critters, thank you very much. Hit that like button, guys. Yes, hit that like button. It helps with the algorithm, so I appreciate it. And thank you, guys. Thank you all. I'm going to put a big smiley face out there for you guys. Big heart smiley face. There we go. All right, thanks, guys, for showing up. Let's get into this. Brumation. Last year I brumated around the same time. I had 4 hognoses in brumation. That was my first year breeding hognoses. As you guys know, gal died when she had eggs inside of her. I tried to save a couple eggs, but to no avail, it didn't happen. And Rosie here is going bye-bye. I sold Rosie. I'm not doing toffees anymore. So what I want to concentrate on this year, my project this year, guys, let me tell you about my projects this year for my hognoses. I'm going to have 4 females, 3 right now going into brumation very soon, 2 today going into brumation. My main 2 I'm looking forward to producing this year is Sil, which is my, I'll actually grab her for you guys. She has a beautiful peach color, and she's awesome. She's an Arctic Superconda. She's getting big. Like, I think she's at 250 grams right now. She is a gorgeous girl. She is actually cold. I can feel her right now. She's cold. So she's ready to go into brumation. I don't want to hold her too long with my body temperature, but I'm going to put her back in. Right? She's been sitting in 71, 72 degrees for the last 2 weeks. Same with Nirvana. This is Autumn over here. Autumn is going to be going to brumation in another 2 weeks. I'm going to turn her light off and have her at room temperature for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. Same with Annie, Tiny Tim, and also Annie. So those 3 are going to be going to brumation soon. I got 2 more females. Well, 2 more females? Maybe 2 more females. Adults coming soon. I don't want to do toffee anymore. Toffee is a great project, especially the Arctic toffees. Not knocking it, but it's something I don't want to do. I want to concentrate on super Arctics this year and super anacondas. So that's my main focus this year. Also snows and albinos. Now we have Autumn over here. She's het snow, het Evans hypo. So is Tiny Tim. They came from the same parents, a year apart. Tiny Tim is ready to be brumated for his first year. Same with Autumn. Autumn is pushing 300 grams. I think she's around 300 grams. But I think she's going to produce really good this year. Volume sounds good. Thank you very much. Hey, thanks for saying my name right. Oh, I did? Chantel's. Okay, cool. Awesome. I did something right today. Awesome. 11 viewers. Thanks, guys, for watching. I appreciate it. Guys, Q&A, if you have any questions when I go over this process, let me know. This is the process I do when it comes to brumation. I've talked to a lot of breeders, and I'm doing a lot of things similar to them. So hopefully, this helps you out if you're a first-time breeder, second-year breeder, third-year breeder. I'm not an expert, but you know what? I've bred snakes basically my whole life. Not the Western hognose. This is my second year doing it, but I bred ringneck snakes, produced eggs with them. Like, I think I had 2 females when I was like 18, 19 years old, and I produced, believe it or not, 11 eggs with 2 females. And they hatched, let them go back in the wild. And garter snakes, oh my God, I can't tell you about garter snakes. And I also bred the northern water snake back in the day with some babies. We found this big one, bred it, put the babies back in the wild where the mother came from, put the mother back that year too as well, where we found her. And you know what? We just added more, snakes, more herps into the wild years ago, many years ago. I'm old, guys, so. But let's get to this. I'm going to show you my first tub for Sil. So this is the first tub, okay? So what I do is I drill 2 holes up top, so 1 on each side for airflow, and also 2 holes in the top, so the airflow. With this wine cooler, this is the Ivation, I think they call it, the Ivation 51 wine cooler, bottle cooler. So it's 51 bottles in this cooler you can fit. And it's pretty big. It's at 64 degrees now. That's the highest it goes. The lowest it goes is 41 degrees, but we don't want to go that low. But to the touch, about 64 degrees, very cold. So cool, not cold. But we got it set at 64. I put this in the room today. Got it ready, put the light on. You can turn the light off, which is really cool with this wine cooler. So you want to keep it nice and dark during brumation. All right, that's number 1 tip. Keep it nice and dark. I might actually put a blanket or a cover over this to keep it nice and dark in here. And the one thing you want to do, guys, when you brumate in a wine cooler is always open your wine cooler every 2 or 3 days. Get some airflow, and when you have your tubs in there, see that your tubs in there? Just pull your tubs out a little bit and just wave it like this. Get some more air in there for your hognose. Lock it in, and put it back in. Do that every 2 or 3 days, and you should have no problem. I used this wine cooler last year, 0 problems, and my hognoses hardly lost any body weight. I think it was maybe 1 or 2 grams on the females, and the males maybe lost 1 gram. So over a 2-month span, that's really good. So that's not too bad. But again, 2 holes in the top, spread them out. And if you go on my last brumation video that I did last year, well, the brumation video I did last year on the tubs, drilling them out, you'll see that in my playlist, breeding playlist. Drill 2 holes top, that's all you need. Substrate I fill up to around this line. I don't give them too much room up top, but they like to burrow. And I put sand substrate. We'll go over the substrate that I use. Sand substrate and also coarse coco coir. A lot of people use medium or fine. I feel you get more airflow with the coarse. And you know what? My hognoses last year buried all the way underneath. And the sand that I use has potassium and magnesium, which they absorb, and it's good for them, especially when it comes to brumation. They get that in the wild. So we're going to do that, and this is for Sil. And we're going to do live drilling on a new tub for Nirvana. So Nirvana, again, we're going to drill 2 holes up top, 2 holes in the bottom, or the top, 2 holes in the side, and then we're going to fill it up about 75% with substrate. All right, I like using the coarse because airflow. That's how I look at it. I think a lot of people that use the fine coco coir, yeah, it works. Sort of what you would get in nature. But in nature, I would think you would get more of the coarse coco coir like this. So this is the coarse coco coir. And we're going to mash it up really good, break it apart. And then that's the coarse coco coir that I use. And I'll show you right now, this is what I use. It's called Reptile Bedding. And it's by Critters Comfort. That's what I use. And I had no problem last year using it, man. So I'm going to use it again this year just for the airflow reasons. So, all right. What do we got here? Volume sounds good. Thanks a lot, BRB. Now on my TV. Oh my God, Chantel's, you got me on your TV. I'm sure the quality is not the greatest, but oh well. That's good. You can relax, man. Eat a breakfast burrito like Tyler's doing right now, and maybe a nice coffee like Tyler's doing right now. All right, the sand that I use. The sand that I use is this sand right here. It's Reptile Sciences. Reptile Sciences with an S. Not Reptile Science. They went with the S. Sciences. Science. Is that a word? Sciences with an S? Oh no. Reptile Science. And what's good about this, guys, I'll put the coarse coco coir in, and then I'll spread this all around on top, and then eventually makes its way down as your hognose goes through the coarse coco coir. And what's good about this, guys, is it's environmental friendly. It's really good for your reptiles. And it also has potassium. Yeah, so it has calcium carbonate, and it has also potassium and magnesium, which is good for your hognose to absorb. It's good minerals for your hognose to absorb when they're brumating. So we're going to use this on the bottom, and I usually put about a half an inch in there, and then the rest is the coarse coca core. So, all right, so we got that. We got that. Now what we're going to do is drill the holes for Nirvana. So this is a tub I got. I think this is a 7 liter. This is a 7 liter. Don't ask me to convert it. This is a 7 liter for Nirvana. It's my Mal. And we're going to drill some holes right now. So let's get to that. Do I got my drill here? Oh, I got my drill. Good. Mackenzie, what's up? Mackenzie Moore, what's up? Do you put your baby hognose through brumation? Yes, I do. Oh, no, my babies. We're not going to talk about that right now. Some people do. Okay, so when it comes to your baby hognose, what people tend to do is try to feed their hognose after 2 weeks of hatching. And if they don't feed for like 2 or 3 weeks or 4 weeks or 5 weeks, they tend to brumate them for, 3 weeks to a month, sometimes 2 months. And they'll bring them out of brumation, and they'll try to feed them, and usually it builds their appetite up, and they tend to feed after that. Some breeders do that. Okay, so that's a good question, actually. Plus one more comment. Yeah, it's a really good comment. So let me talk about the temperatures right now. So before we drill the holes in this tub, when it comes to the temperatures, what I do is I feed my hognose. After their last feeding, I keep the lights on for about a week and a half. After I see them have a bowel movement after usually a few days, I'll let them go for another week to see if they have another bowel movement. All right, so after a week and a half, what I do is I shut off the lights. No heating pads, no lights, and I let them sit in room temperature, which is around, I don't have my infrared here, but it's around 70 degrees in here. So 70 to 71 degrees. I let them stay in that temperature for about 2 weeks. All right. So it's about a solid 2 weeks you want before putting your hognoses into brumation, into a wine cooler, outside in your garage, so on and so forth. So you have them, they feed, you wait a week and a half, turn the lights off, you see the bowel movements after a few days, let them sit in room temperature for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, and then what you want to do is, of course, what we're doing right now, the tubs, and then I have this at 64 degrees. Now, with the Ivation, the highest temperature you can do is 64 degrees. Now, since we're at room temperature, I'm putting the substrate in there, the sand and the substrate's going to be at room temperature. So for them to hit 64 degrees, it's going to take probably a day or two for them to hit 64 degrees, because what they're going to do is they're going to feel it's very cold, and they're going to burrow, and they're going to get down to that sand and just stay there. And of course, with the coarse coca core, you're going to have a nice airflow. And like I said, make sure you open up your wine cooler if you're using that, and just get some fresh air in there every 2 or 3 days. Reason being is this recirculates the air that's inside the wine cooler. So carbon monoxide, you want to try to get out, open up your tubs a couple times, and then close it, and do it again another 2 or 3 or 4 days. So, is there a problem if you don't brumate? Not necessarily. There's a lot of people like Joe Schmidt, not me, I'm Joe Schmidt. But Joe Schmidt that's been breeding hognoses for years, he's one that actually brumates at room temperature, around 68 degrees, I think he does, 66 or 68 degrees. And he does that for a few months, and he has success breeding his hognoses when he brumates at room temperature, which is like 68 degrees, I said. So what we're going to do here, the plan is we're going to put them in here. We're going to wait about 3 or 4 days at 64 degrees. Then over the course of a week, we're going to lower this 2 or 3 degrees each day until we get down to 54 to 56 degrees. All right. And somebody's trying to call me. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to leave them in there for about 3 or 4 days at 64 degrees, and gradually bring the temperature down to 54 to 56 degrees. And then once it hits 54 to 56 degrees, then we're going to go for 2 months, 8 or 9 weeks. And then I tend to bring, I'm going to bring out my males like a week or two ahead of time. So, and then bring the females out, and then we'll go over some things later. No big deal. So what we're going to do, guys, we're going to drill some holes in this tub for Nirvana. Again, 2 up top, 2 up top, and then 2 on the sides. And the bit you want to use, guys, is masonry bit. You don't want to use a masonry bit, all right? So what we're going to do is drill one in the center here. What you want to do is put your fingers pressing against the inside so you don't crack it, because this plastic, if it's a little cold, it'll actually crack, so you don't want to do that. So masonry bit is the bit you want to use. Not really. It's going to take forever. Ream it out. We're good. I'll get a razor blade and cut that. And we're going to go to the middle of the side here. Do the same thing. So I had a regular wood bit. We've already been through, but let's do that. Alright, ream that out. Now what we're going to do is do 2 in the top. I actually have holes right here, which is perfect. 2 little holes. I don't know if you'll be able to see them, but so what we're going to do is do this, if I can get that in there. Do 2 in the top. Now, a lot of breeders don't do 2 holes in the top. I did it last year, I had no problem, so we're going to go that route. Does he feed that period? Oh, no, Mike, no, you don't want to feed. Yeah, that's a good question, actually. Don't ever feed your Hognose Brumation. No. You just want to make sure they're not lethargic, they're not losing a lot of body weight. You want to check on them every week or 2. Check on your Hognoses every week or 2. You can check on them once you open a wine cooler if you're using a wine cooler. If you're not using a wine cooler, if you're putting them in your garage, check every week or 2 and make sure they're okay. They're not losing a lot of body weight. Make sure they're pretty active. Well, they're not going to be too active, but you'll notice if they're okay or not. But yeah, you never feed your Hognose going through the brumation process. Don't ever do that. That's not a good thing. So we got here. Had 2 clutches from the air. 18 with 2 slugs and 14 with 1 slug. That's good. Can't tell, nice. So let's drill another hole in this top here. Good. It's good we didn't crack it. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a razor blade here. Let me get my razor blade. I'll bring it back. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Let's get a razor blade. So what we do is just get a razor blade, and what you're going to do is cut the inside. Do that, just cut the inside. Well, you really don't have to, but it helps out. So your Hognoses don't cut themselves in the plastic. It probably won't happen, but get that there. Cut these on the inside. Good. Okay, we're good. Alright, nice and smooth, good. Good on this. 2 holes in the top, guys. 2 holes in the side. Right. So this is going to be for Nirvana. Alright. Is there an association with slugs and brumation? Yeah, I talked to a couple breeders about that, mainly Jeff Galwood. No, not really. It depends, you know, when it comes to the breeding process and just how your female handles it. And yeah, I mean, like, I don't think there's association with that. I'm sure there could be, maybe. I don't know. I use a soldering gun and melt the holes. Oh, Chantel, yeah, it's a good idea too. Thank you very much. Yeah, you can use a solder gun, just do the holes. I use a drill bit, but get some nice holes. I think the size of this drill bit is, let's see here. Let me show you guys. This is you can't read it. 7/32. There's 7/32. All right, guys, let's do a mixture here. Let's see what we got here. All right, let's do our mixture, guys. What we're going to do right now is we're going to put the coarse coco coir in there. Like I stated, this is the coarse coco coir reptile bedding. It's 100% organic, so there's no chemicals, nothing like that in there. Let's fill it up a little bit. Again, you want to do it about, you want to fill it up about 75%. All right, let's start with that. And also what you want to do, guys, since this is the coarse coat core, oops, oh, almost lost it. You want to break it up real good because it's a little clumpy. So break it up real good. I washed my hands already. Make sure you wash your hands when you do this too, guys. I wash my hands like a doctor. So let's make it nice and just break it up, make it nice and, well, not bulky. So you get bulk pieces like this. So it's bulky, just using your hand, just do that. So that's the type of bedding we get. So what's good about this bed in the course is you get nice airflow. So you get the airflow on top and on the sides. And I don't know, I had no problem using this coarse coat core. I know people use medium and fine, but I have no problem with this whatsoever. Like I said, last year my hognose, my females lost maybe 2 grams over 2 months. My males a gram. So have to go. I'll watch the rest later. All right, Clarity. Take care. Thanks for coming by. Is there any chance for the snake to not wake up after brumation or having issues? Yes, there is a possibility that your hognose might die in brumation. The number one thing is temperature ranges. People, I mean, like I've heard people like not turn off their lights and then it'd be like 86, 90 degrees in their trailer and put them in brumation at 68. Lowered after a few days down to 54 and then the hognose dies. Like it's too extreme of temperature to drop it. So that's why you want to gradually drop the temperature if you're using wine cooler, if you're going outside your garage. Always know what the temperature is going to be, you know, in your garage over the next, you know, week or two. But always keep them at room temperature, like I said, 68 to 72 degrees for about 2 weeks. Okay. You don't want to lower the temperature too quick. Gradually over like a week or two. Get them to that 54, 56 degree range. Fahrenheit, by the way, guys, Fahrenheit. We don't do Celsius around here, okay? So I'm just gonna keep on mashing this up, breaking it up, so it's nice and, here's my part piece down there. Right. So there we got it. We're about 75% there. Good. You have a little room up there with the holes. You know, good to go. All right, let's put some sand there. Oh, also what I like to do, guys, is squirt it down a little bit. So let me put some more water in here real quick. And then we'll squirt that down. Ah, football day. All right, also what I like to do is spray it down a little bit, not too much, just a little bit. In case there's any dust in there, you don't want your hognose to breathe that dust in, and, which you'll see with the sand, but I like to spray it down a little bit, not too much. It's room temperature, so we're good. Spray it down a little bit so we don't have any dust or anything in there, so we're good. Just a little bit, not too much. What we're gonna do, we're gonna add some sand there, guys. Add some sand. I've heard some people say this is a thing. Yeah, of course it's a thing. People, I've known a lot of people that have had hognoses die in brumation, so will have issues. Last year I brumated, what, 5? Last year? I had no issues. Like I said, just check on them every like a week or two if you put them out of the garage or if you have an enclosure. But if you have a wine cooler, check on them every, like I said, 2 to 3 days, 4 days. You know, just get some more oxygen in there. Just rotate the air every 3 or 4 days when it comes to a wine cooler. Like I said, because it recirculates the air that's inside the wine cooler. So carbon monoxide, you want to try to get it out. Put some new fresh air in there. And it's not going to lower the temperature too much when you do that. So if it's at 64 degrees, I'm going to do this. And just open our tubs real quick and then close it. And like it's going to raise it maybe 2 degrees. It's not big. It's not a big rise in temperature when you just try to rotate the air that's inside. So, all right, let's do some sand here. So this is the sand I use, like I said, Reptile Sciences, and it's really awesome, man. It's really good. I got this this idea from Jeff Galwood. So, like I said, it has minerals in there. Strontium. I never heard of that. Potassium and magnesium. Odor-free, dust-free. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna spread this around. Just gonna spread it around like this. and it'll make its way down to the bottom. You see there's a little dust coming up, and we'll spray it down one more time. Alright, something like that. So you're gonna have a mixture like that, guys. Sand up top, then you got the sand on the bottom. See, you got the sand on the bottom. What I noticed last year, my hognoses like laying in the sand, and they'll stay there for weeks at a time. So, spray it down over time, just a little bit. That's good. Now, water balls. People say, oh, well, let me just put a water ball in there. Let's keep it in there for 2 months. Last year I did do that, but I noticed that they didn't drink too much, or at least I didn't catch them drinking too much. What I will do this year is put a small water ball in there every 2 weeks, leave it in there for 3 or 4 days, take it out, and then I'll repeat that process every 2 weeks. So I'm not going to keep too much water in there like I did last year, because I had a big water ball. Where's my water balls at? Like this. It's like a water ball like this I had in there, which is too big, but I had these in there last year, and they were just too big. So I'll put smaller ones in there just in case they want to drink. Leave it in there for a few weeks or a few days, and then just do that every 2 weeks. So got a little moisture in there. We're good to go. Not too much moisture, but just a little bit. So that's what your final product's going to look like. Like I said, I like to use the coarse because airflow. And again, it's like 75% filled. And then you got sand on the bottom. All right, let's introduce Nirvana. Let's say bye to Nirvana, and let's put them in brumation. What do you guys think? You want to do that? How's everybody doing? What's going on? Any questions? You hit me up. Again, this Ivation wine cooler, the ice temperature is 64. Right now it's around 70 degrees in here. So 6 degrees, putting them in there is not going to harm them. I'm going to keep it at 64 degrees for about 3 or 4 days. And lower it by 2 or 3 degrees each day or every other day for about a week until it gets around 54, 56 degrees. And then I'll evaluate the situation, see how they're doing. And like I said, last year I had 0 problems with that brumation. So we got that going. Looks good. Looks good. Also, make sure your hands are very clean. You clean your hands. All right, let's get Mr. Nirvana here. He's been on cool down room temperature for 2 weeks. Gonna be a little sluggish, I think. A little sluggish, not too bad. He's been hiding for the last week. So, all right, guys, this is Nirvana, my Arctic Conda. Arctic Conda. How you doing there, buddy? As you can see, he's very slow. He's very slow right now, so even his tongue flick is a little slow. So, hopefully, you produce some nice babies but still this year, buddy. Okay, don't mess with me this year. Oh, you just flinched. I want some super Arctics from you. You gotta have good sperm. Good sperm this year, alright? Now I feel the warmth on my hand. I'm kind of getting a little antsy. Okay. Alright guys, let's put them in his brumation tub. You good, pal? What are you doing? He's trying to like already back towel into the substrate. Just keep going. Now he's going to try to barrow too. Oh, he tried to barrow. Alright. Put the top on him. Good to go. Right there, pal. Lock it in. I like these tubs for males because you can fit 2 in there. Back to fit 2. A 7-cord. It's a Systema. Clip it. And it's BPA free, so which is good too as well. Oh, there he goes. He just barrowed. See him, guys? He just barrowed. There he goes. It's a good sign. It's a good sign. Looks good. He's barrowing, and he's already on the sand. He's already down there. See him right there. All right, good. All right, let's put him in. We're going to put him up top. Alright there, pal. We'll see you in 2 months. Say bye, YouTube. Bye, YouTube. Alright. Good. The light you can turn off too, actually, but I'll keep it off now. Alright, cool. 1 down. Let's go. Bye, Nirvana. Mackenzie. Bye, Nirvana. I'm so split. I know brumation is natural, but I think not good for the CB snakes. What do you mean CB snakes? I don't know what CB snakes is. CB snakes? Bluebirds? Well, they do it in the wild. Why wouldn't they? You know, they like hognose snakes around here and out west. I'm like, it's, you know, brumation in the wintertime. You know, around here it's like 30 degrees, 40 degrees. I'm like, they brumate very well. It's natural. It's good for them to, you know, for breeding. So, captive born. Doesn't matter. Captive born still, they still have natural instincts. Bye, Nirvana. All right, let's prep this tub, guys. This is for Sil. Again, 2 holes in the side, 2 in the top. This is a tub I used last year. I picked for. What did I use that for? I think Rosie, I think. So 2 holes top, 2 holes in the side. Let's see here. Clover, what's up there, buddy? Clover's Reptiles here. Alvaro, what's up, man? How you doing, pal? We just put Nirvana. I don't know if you just got here, but we just prepped his brumation tub. We got him in there. There's some sand on the bottom. He's already underneath. It's good. Got the sand on the bottom, magnesium, potassium to absorb, and then coarse cocoa core. Coarse. Okay, good to go. Get it in there. I got the wine core at 64 degrees now. Still at 64. Alright guys, let's take a little break. Nothing much, doing the same. Spot clean. Yeah, I gotta do a little spot clean today, man. So I got I fed Tiny Tim, Annie, Autumn last week. I'm gonna be shutting off their lights here in the next week, and then putting them into brumation 2 weeks after. So give me 1 second here, guys. Put this here. My stuff is sitting around the room. We do that. But awesome, man. Good to see you guys, man. Great. 12 chatters. Awesome. Thanks, guys, for stopping by and watching the live stream. On your way in, guys, if you haven't did it already, hit that like button on the stream. I definitely appreciate it. It helps us get to the top of the algorithm. You know, I don't do too many live streams, but I guess during the winter I'm going to be doing a lot of them because we're not going to have any feed-in videos. So, but I'll give you updates on the brumation, checking out the hoggies, this and that. I'll do video shorts, stuff like that on YouTube. But you're definitely going to be having an update like every week on the brumation process. There we go. The core just kicked in. There we go. Hybris, Jesus Christ, what's up with you, dude? You look happier than with any content you've done. Hybris, how you doing, my friend? Longtime friend of mine, guys. Hybris, he's known me for, geez, Hybris, how long? 15 years? At least 15 years. He's a good guy. Don't know Mac. Others say this. Others say that. Yeah, like I said, guys, this is my own personal process when it comes to brumation. I've succeeded last year with it, and I repeat it. Like I said, the coarse cocoa core, you get more airflow through it. You put the sand on the bottom, a little magnesium, a little potassium for them to absorb. Like I spray it down, like I showed you, just put a little moisture in there, and the moisture will hold over weeks. Just putting that little moisture in there, which is good for them too as well. Roughly, yes, 15 years, yes, Hybris. All right, guys, let's take a little break here. Let's do a 5-minute break. Grab some food, grab a coffee, do what we gotta do, and we'll come back and we'll do Sil, my female Arctic Superconda. We'll put her into brumation. We'll get her substrate ready. I'll go over the process again of the substrate, and we're gonna have a good time, guys. Hit that like button, share the video, share the live stream. I'll be right back. I'll put some music on for you guys. You guys didn't tell me I had the music on the whole time. Was the music on the whole time for like the last 20 minutes? By the way, if my snake lasts, I don't know what you're talking about, Mike. So I had the music on the whole time. I didn't know that. So yeah, that's weird. By the way, my snake last winter didn't brumate, and it is 2021, baby. Is it okay to brumate when I plan to breed? Yeah, of course. Yeah, you don't have to brumate your babies. You know, if they're sub-adult status, when they get to the adult status, if you plan on breeding them, brumate them. You can brumate them every year. It doesn't matter if you're breeding them or not. You can brumate them if you want. I'm like, it's natural instinct. It's natural to them to brumate them. So, yep, it was. Chantel, thanks, man. I didn't know the music was on. Nobody said anything. Sorry about that. I must have had something on my computer for it to play. But the music's not playing now, right? So we're good. All right, good. Was it too loud, the music? Could you hear me over the music? I don't know. I'll be feeding my baby Hognose soon. Yeah, man, we were all jamming to the industrial for the last 20 minutes. Tyler's like, yeah, dude, industrial, bruh. Damn, so helpful. Thank you very much. You're welcome, Mike. All right, let me go wash my hands, and then we'll do so. Let's do so. Again, wash your hands. Very good when you do this, guys. When you're mixing the substrate, just make sure your hands are nice and clean. Make sure your hands are nice and clean. And always discard your paper towels in a trash can or in a trash bag. So we're good. Nope, it's gone, and we could hear you. Okay, good, perfect, great. Can't believe you guys. I hope. Yeah, hopefully you guys could hear me through that music now. That's great. Yeah, we could hear you still fine. All right, good. All right, guys, let's prep the brumation tub for sale. Let's get into this. So 2 holes in the side up top, 2 up top and 2 sides towards the top. Let's do that. Let's get this in here. Again, guys, we're using Critters Comfort coarse grade coat core, all natural. Let's put this in here. Alright, that should be good. We'll check it out. So you want to do when you put the coarse coca core in there, guys, you just want to mix it up real good. Because there's some clumps in there like this, if I can find one. It's like clumped up a little bit, like this. Just get your hands in there. Make sure your hands are clean. And just really get in there and grind it up. Grind my gears. Can you brumate some years and not other years? Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, you don't have to breed. You don't have to brumate every year. I do highly recommend brumating when you're planning on breeding, though. Of course. Some breeders just do room temperature, 68 to 70 degrees, but whatever you want to do, whatever you want to try. There are some signs to it, but you know. All right, this should be good. Let's get in there. All right. So we have it. It's about 75%. We can do a little bit more. We can do a little bit more. We can do a little bit more. There we go. A little bit more of the coarse coca core. Again, when you have clumps like this, guys, just grind it up with your hands. See, this is a big one here. Look at that. It's like a snowball. It's a coca core snowball. So, that's a bad joke. So let's grind this up really good. this up really good. All right, I think we're good on this. All right, so that's pretty good. Try not to cover up the holes, guys, of course. You don't want to go too high on the substrate, but holes up top, on the sides, and then 2 holes up top here on the lid. So we're going that. What we're going to do is spray it down again with water, room temperature water. Just a little bit, not so much. This is fine mist, by the way, guys. Fine mist. Just mix that up a little bit. Just a little bit, not too much. So we can calm the dust down. If there's any dust in here, we can calm it down. We can calm the dust down. That's good. You don't want it wet. You don't want it soaked. You don't even want it like moist. Just a little bit. Let's put the sand in there, guys. The sand I use. This is the Pro Calcium sand. Reptile Sciences. It's really good. Like I said, I'll say it again. It has the essential, ingredients, or it's potassium and magnesium, right? So it's good. Good minerals. What we're gonna do is just spread it on top now of the Coca core. Spread it, spread it, spread it. We want about 1/4 of an inch or an inch, or 1/4 of an inch or a 1/2 inch on the bottom. Should be good. And of course, it'll make its way down to the bottom as your Hognose is in there. But of course, it'll absorb some of those potassium and magnesium minerals. So there we go. Not too much on the bottom yet. Get some more in there. That's good enough. And this is a little dusty. This is the reason why I use the water bottle, guys, to calm that dust down a little bit. So it's not too dusty. But other than that, you should be good. Good, good, good. All right, so let's look. Yeah, we're pretty good there. She should be fine with that. That's good. About 1/4 inch. By the time she gets in there, it'll go to the bottom. So we're good. All right, let's get Sil, guys. What do you think? Let's get Sil. Hisson Bluff Hognoses. Hello from East London. Got my first Hognose 6 weeks ago. Now have 9 with 2 more on the way. Awesome. Hiss and Bluff Hognoses. Thank you for your comment. Congratulations on your hoggies. Congratulations. Guys, on your way in, make sure you smash that like button. Share the video. I appreciate it. All right, guys, let's get Sil. Put Sil in her brumation tub. Again, 2 holes on the side, up top, airflow, and then 2 holes in the top. Now, a lot of breeders, I know breeders don't put holes in the top. I do. I don't know why, because the recirculation in the wine core, it definitely helps. But again, you don't want to make your holes where it's in the substrate. I guess you could probably do that. You could probably put 2 holes in the bottom of the substrate, as long as you have 2 up top. But again, it's your personal preference. Just make sure there's airflow. Make sure you open up your wine cooler. If you're using a wine cooler, make sure you open it up every 2 or 3 days to recirculate the air. Get some, nice oxygen in there for your Hognoses, because it recirculates when you use wine cooler. Most wine coolers, it recirculates the air that's inside. So again, just do that. Maybe open up your, your tub, get some more oxygen in there for your Hognose, and then close it. All right, and do that like every 3 or 4 days, 3 to 4 days. All right. So let's get Miss Sil here. Miss Sil, my star pupil. Pupil. How you doing, girl? You're cold to the touch. Yeah, she's cold to the touch. It's my Arctic Super Conda, guys. She is gorgeous. A little slow, aren't you? Yeah. You've been sitting in 70-degree weather for the last 2 weeks. She's going to be an awesome mommy this year, guys. That's her stomach. Her belly. And she has this really nice pink hue on her saddle, guys, which is really amazing. She has like this pink hue on her saddles, which is, like I just said, amazing. And of course, she's due to Arctic. She has the black with the black outline with the white fading around the black. So she's definitely 100% Arctic. And you're going to produce some Arctic Super Condas, aren't you? Or Super Arctics. We want Super Arctics this year, guys. All right, let's put her in her tub, guys. There she goes. And there she goes, burying already. Well, she was. But what's up, girl? Good. See if she barrows. She's gonna barrow. Watch her. Oh, she's trying to. There you go, barrow. Come on, Nirvana just did it. Oh, no, she wants to get out now. Come on, girl. She can get her barrow. There she goes. There she goes. Now she's barrowing. Hey, we got her to do it. Girl, barrow. No? Trying to get her barrow. There she goes. See a little head barrowing? Hey. No? You want to do it right now? Alright. Let's put the lid on, guys. She's going to try to get out. It's alright, girl. We got you. Alright, guys, there she is. It's a big enough tub for her. She's good. A little moisture in there. Room temperature. Like I said, it'll take about, 70 degrees in here now. It'll probably take it like maybe a day or two to get down to 64 degrees. Maybe a little bit sooner, but she's gorgeous, ain't she, guys? How long are you broodmating them for? Alvaro, I'm going to be doing 8 to 10 weeks. So I got a sticker that we're going to put on the cooler to remind me. But I got it at 9 weeks to bring them out on December. What is it? December. So I got them going in today on 10-9, and then 12-11 I got them coming out. But Nirvana or the males I'm going to bring out like a week or two earlier. Get them prepped for breeding. Get them fed, and I'll bring the females out around December 11th. Around there somewhere. So, all right, let's put Sue in there, guys. Let's go. All right, girl. Say bye, YouTube. All right. Looks good. I like it. Got the sand on the bottom. We're good. Let's put her in there. There we go. What's good about these racks, guys? This wine cooler is like there's a good amount of space up top for your tubs. So make sure these are locked down. Okay, we're locked down. We're good. So good amount of space for airflow. Fan up top, fan on the bottom. So it's pretty awesome. Definitely works. So actually, I'm gonna put her on the bottom. Put her on the bottom. I think I can fit her on the bottom. Yeah, see how nice and tight this tub is, which is really awesome. So let's do that. Put her on the bottom. All right, so take care. Bye. Bye now. All right, guys, we got Sil now. We're good to go. Any questions, Q&A, guys? Let's do a Q&A. I'll be right back in 1 minute. If you guys got any questions, hit me up. I'll show the products once more. I'll go over my process again once more, what I do. You know, after the last feed, and I'll go over that again. How many years does it take approximately for a female to grow? Mine is less than 100 grams, and she was born July 2021. 2 years. 2 years on females, minimal, around 240 grams. 240 grams, I would say, is the minimal that you want to breed a female. So 2 years from the birth date and 240 grams minimal. People say you can go as low as 220 to breed. Some people say 280, 250. I say 240 because I had Annie 240 and she produced 22 eggs, even though they were mostly not fertile. And I lost 3 babies, but she was 240. So I would say 240 or above, 2 years old at least. Yeah, for females. Males are a year. Males can breed, at 42, 46 grams after a year. That's when they hit adult status. You preferably want to be over 50, 55 grams for a male. But I know people have bred males at 42, 46 grams. So, like Tiny Tim's going to be breeding this year. He's a year and a half old, almost 2 years. And he's going to be almost 2 years old by the time he breeds. And he was 0 grams when he was born, and I got him at 6 grams. And now I'll show you him real quick. I'll show you Tiny Tim. He's cool. Let me show you Tiny Tim. Hey, Tiny Tim. You're gonna be going to cool down here soon too as well. So we're gonna be putting Tiny Tim in cool down soon. Again, he's 56 grams, maybe 58 grams. He's gonna be breeding this year. So look at his strip on the side, or his saddles. He's het snow, 100% het snow, possible het ghost. But he's beautiful, man. He's amazing. He's very energetic today. I think his trim's around 90 degrees, so he's going to be going to cool down soon. He fed a week and a half ago, so he's going to be going to cool down here soon. But he's amazing. That's Tiny Tim. He was born at 0 grams, guys. 0 grams. What's up, Rosie? How you doing? Okay, I already answered that. All right, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play some music. I'll be right back in like 5 minutes. Take a 5-minute break, and then I'll go over the whole brumation process that I do again for people that got here late, and then we'll go that route, all right? So I'll be right back in less than 5 minutes. Go take a little break, come back, and we'll chat. All right. Yeah. All right, we're back. We're back and better than before. All right, 0 grams. Yeah, she was born at 0 grams, guys. Tiny Tim, yeah, 0 grams. The breeder that bred him, he ate every time he wanted to feed. So every time she tried to feed him, he fed. So awesome. All right, let's see. We'll make sure we're live. Oh, we're good. Oh, there I am. All right, I'm right there. Look at this. I'm live on stream. Is that cool or what, dude? Look at that. 0 grams. Yeah, she was born at. Yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, cool. So let's go over the whole breeding process that I do, or the brumation process. So again, when you have your call me. So when you prep your tubs, you want to put 2 holes up top on the sides, 2 holes up top. This is what I do. It's recommended. It's what I do. I've had success last year with it. So, and then the substrate, you want to do a mixture of coco-coir. I use this coarse coco-coir grade reptile bedding from Critters Comfort. I fill that up about 75%, and then I add sand on top. What would I do is, as soon as I add coarse coco-coir, I'll spray it down with a spray bottle. Not wet, just a little bit, guys. Just get the dust out of there. Just, you know, mix it up a little bit. Then I add the sand in there, about maybe like a 1/4 inch of sand on the bottom. I spread it on top. As your, hognose goes through it, you'll get some of that sand on them, and they'll absorb the potassium and the magnesium, the minerals they need, and that definitely helps out. So. And again, after I put the sand in there, it gets a little dusty, spray it down again with water, maybe 10, 12 times. And just mix it up again one more time. Let that sand fall to the bottom, at least most of it fall to the bottom. And you'll notice that your hog nose is like laying on that sand. You'll see that. So, which is really good. Why keep getting all these phone calls? So after you put substrate in there, you got your holes drilled, 4 holes, 2 up top, 2 on the sides. What you want to do is put your wine cooler at 64 degrees if you're using a wine cooler. Some of them go up to 68, but this one tops out at 64 degrees and it goes all the way down to 41 degrees. So after their last feeding, I wait about a week and a half, make sure they have bowel movements. After that, I turn their heating source off, all the heating source. So the lamps, the heating pads, they go off for about 2 weeks, 2 weeks. And after 2 weeks, minimal, guys, this is minimal. You can go a little bit longer. You can go 4 weeks, 5 weeks, whatever. You can turn the lights off for 4 or 5 weeks. It doesn't matter. Minimal 2 weeks. So after 2 weeks, you can start prepping your tubs, this and that. Put the substrate in there. Put your hog noses in there, and then put them in your wine cooler. 64 degrees. This has a light, but we're going to turn the light off because I want it dark as possible. And then what I'm going to probably do is put a blanket over here just so it stays dark. Okay. You can have a little light come through there. It's not going to harm them too much, or it's not even going to affect their brumation. It's the cold weather, the coldness that's going to affect their brumation. So you can just put a blanket over here, maybe leave about a quarter of it open so they get a little light during the day if you have a room like this with windows. You do something like that so they get a little. And in the light cycle, people say light cycle is pretty important. Not to me, it's not. But the light cycle is okay right now because it's getting light later and it's getting dark earlier, so that's good. So it's a pretty decent light cycle for brumation. So I'll probably put like a blanket over here and just keep it down. Keep a little light source in there. But 64 degrees, so we're going to keep them at 64 degrees now until maybe Wednesday this week. And then after like 2 or 3 days, I'll lower it like 2 or 3 degrees each day. So I keep on lowering until I get the desired temperature I want, which is 54 to 56 degrees. So as soon as they hit 54 or 56 degrees, after a few days, they should be in like full brumation. You should see them like down at the bottom, just chilling. And of course, like I said, if you're using a wine cooler, make sure you open this like every 3 or 4 days. Just wave the door, get some more oxygen in there. If you want, which I do, is I bring them out. I'll open up their tub, wave the top, get a little bit more air in there, like I did last year, and then close it back up. All right, do that. It should only take like a minute to do it, and just get some more airflow in there because you don't want to keep this closed for like 2 weeks because they're not going to have the oxygen because this is a recyclable. It recycles the air that's inside. So it doesn't bring air in from the outside, it recycles it that's inside. So you want to make sure you rotate that air in there. All right. 0 grams, what's up? Oh yeah. So that's about it, guys. And then I'm going to keep them in there as soon as it hits 54, 56 degrees. I'll keep them there for like another 7 weeks, 8 weeks. And then I'm going to bring the mouths out like a week or 2 early. And then what you want to do, you want to do the reverse of that. So when you bring your mouths out, you want to increase the temperature back up to 64. Even though I have the males in there or the females in there, that should be okay. Or I can go up to like 60 degrees and bring the tubs out and leave the tubs sit for about 2 or 3 days. When they get to the room temperature, put them back in the terrarium or in their tub, and then just wait another few days. And then just after a week of them being at room temperature, then you can start putting on your heat lamps and your heating pads. And then get them up to room or normal temperature, 86 to 90 degrees. And then you can start trying to feed them. So that's usually after a week. So once they're at normal temperatures, 86, 90 degrees on the warm side, wait about a week and then just try to feed them. They should feed. So I had no problem with any of my hog noses feeding after brumation last year, so it should work. All right, guys. So that being said, I think I'm out of here. You guys have any more questions before I get out of here? It's football day. Yeah. Today's football day. You guys want to see Autumn before we get out of here? I'll show you Autumn. Autumn is 300 grams. I'll show you her real quick, and I'll show you Annie too before we get out of here. I'm going to wash my hands so we're good. Ooh, she's hungry. So she's going to be going into cool down this week, guys. She's awesome. Look at her. She's 100% het snow. She might be going through shit soon. No, she's not. So she's like 300 grams right now, 290, 295, 300 grams. And then she's going to be a mommy this year, I hope. And she's going to breed with Tiny Tim. I already showed you Tiny Tim. So Autumn is, she grew big. All right, girl. I say bye, YouTube. All right. Let's put her back in. I got to make, I'm going to give her a bigger terrarium this year too as well. She goes right back in her hide. I'm going to give her a larger terrarium this year when she comes out of brumation. She needs it. I'll give her rosies. And then Annie, I'll show you Annie before I get out of here. She's going to be another first-year mommy. Show you a little Annie. Oh, she's underneath. And she is quick. She is. So here's Annie, guys. Annie is just a normal anaconda. No traits or morphs that I know of, but you can see she's not as dark as my other anacondas, but she has the anaconda belly with the white stripe on the lower saddle. So she is definitely an anaconda. And she's a low expression anaconda, but she is indeed an anaconda. So she's going to mate probably with Nirvana this year. Produce some Arctics. So, say bye, Annie. All right, cool. Let's put her back in. She's very energetic today. But that's all my Hognoses. Well, not all of them, but thanks, guys, for watching. I appreciate it. I'll see you in the next video. We'll do some video shorts on the updates when it comes to brumation. So I'll do some video shorts. Make sure you check out my video shorts playlist. Thank you guys for showing up today. It was a good crowd, actually. We had actually topped out at 15. I think we had 50 through the room. Thank you guys very much for showing up. If you have any questions, hit me down below in the comment section, and I'll get back to you. That's if you're watching this video after the live stream. And we'll go from there. I'm going to watch some football right now. Guys, much love. Love you guys. Thanks for showing up. And wish me luck this year when it comes to breeding, man. I need it this year, guys. I need it this year, man. So we have a handful of females this year, so let's do this year, guys. Alvario, take care. Hisson Bluff, take care. Mike, take care. Chantel, take care. Tyler, all you guys, thank you very much for showing up. Mackenzie, Hybris, take care, guys. Much love. Bye. Bye, Chantel. All right, you guys have a good night, good afternoon. Have a great week next week, and I will see you in the next video. This is Joe from HOGOUT. I'm out. Cheers. Later.